Hello there, welcome back guys, welcome back to a brand new video of Mighty Ghost Tag YouTube channel. So guys, this is the another JS interview question. So in this video we will see what is hoisting. So hoisting is available in the JavaScript. Since beginning JavaScript has no rule to write the code. So hoisting is one of the method which allows compiler to understand the code, and based on that it will formatting the code. So hoisting is the one of the method which is used by the compiler, so that will interpret easily and will execute the program. Now let's understand what is hoisting. So as per the definition, it says hoisting means bringing the declaration on top. So this is the simple definition I came across, which means it simply moves the functions and variable to the top of their scope before the execution of code. So what happen if you declare any function and the variable? So during the compilation, what it will does, it will simply bring that declaration of variable and bring that declaration of function to the top and simply execute the code. Now let's understand what it's actually mean. So let me console some test variable. Now I am going to declare it here. Now you can see I just declare here and just console the test just before the declaration. Now the output will be undefined. If you see, the output is undefined. But the same case, if you use this with another programming language, then it will simply provide you the different error. That error could be undefined variable or reference error, like that. Now again I just wanted to explain, as per the definition it says bringing the declaration on top, which means it will simply bring this declaration to the top. So right now it is behaving like this only. So now if I run this, it will simply provide you the undefined value. And suppose if you declare the variable just before and also you have some value added to it, but as per the definition it simply move the declaration on top like this, but it will not move the value. So the output for this also undefined. Let me show you that. Now you can see the output is undefined. Now it is behaving like var test and it should be like this. Now if I console, just copy this one and again paste just below the initialization of value. Now if I run this program, so first time it is undefined, just like it simply bring the declaration on top. Then for the second case we are initializing the variable, and lastly we are just printing the value. This time the initialization is already done, so the value is 12. So this is what the hoisting means. Now it says it move the function and variable to the top. So what we just saw, it is all about the variable. So before jumping to the function, let me explain you more briefly by the examples. So the variable hoisting, so it says the keyword var is hoisted and let and const does not hoisting. So what it's mean? So var is actually belong to the ES5 and ES5 has only the hoisting concept, and ES6 the let and const came from the ES6. So let and const does not have the hoisting. So ES6 does not have the hoisting. Now let's try to understand more briefly. Let me undo this. Now let's come across this one. So for this one, with the help of var ES5 feature, if I run this, it is providing the output as undefined. Now if I change it to the let, if I save, then again run, now you can see the error which we get is cannot access test before initialization. So for the let, hoisting is not working. Now let's try for the const. Let me declare some value. Good. Now let me save. So for the const as well, the error is same, cannot access the test before the initialization. So the conclusion is hoisting for the variable, it is only working for the var, not for the let and constant. That is just because so var is came from the ES5, so ES5 has the hoisting, but ES6, so ES6 does not have the hoisting. It have the different block scope that we will see in the upcoming videos, but not for this video. So for this video you can just keep in mind that var is going to work in the case of hoisting, but let and const will not work for the hoisting. Now let's jump over the hoisting functions. So JavaScript functions can be classified by the following. So the classification could be function declaration and function expression. Now let me copy this example. So the function declaration is similar like this only. It is like if you simply declare the function and you are calling. Now let me just show you. Now here I declare the function and here I am calling the function. So the output should be as per the normal execution. It should be this function has been hoisted. Here you can see that. Now suppose if I cut from here and paste over the function declaration, this time also what happened, it will give us the same output. This function has been hoisted. So this is also the another example of during the function hoisting is work. So for the function declaration actually hoisting is working. Now let's see what is function expression. Expression is nothing but you are simply referring to another variable. So let's see. Now if I simply add to the variable var, and if I just say test, now if I'm calling here, so instead of hoisted I will simply call the test. So in this case what happened, we will end up with the error. So error is test is a not a function. So what you can understand, hoisting is working in case of function also, but for function declaration it is working fine, but for the function expression hoisting is not working. So this is what the example. So right now what happened, you might get confused. One thing you need to remember, for function expression it is not working. Now let's understand for var test why it's not working. So what happened, when the compiler run, it simply copy this declaration only, copies the declaration only on top. So it is like this, and here we are referring to a function. So this time what happened, we will end up with the same error. So it is like it does not consider it as a function, it is a single variable which contain the undefined value and we are trying to call it as a function. So obviously it will provide the same error, test is not a function. And also if you see, the error is not a function. But what if we use the same thing with a let and const? Now this time what happened, this time it will give us the different error. The error is like cannot access the test before the initialization. So for test and const, hoisting is actually not working, and for var it is working, and for the function declaration it is working, and function expression it is not working. So let's see, these are the some key points that you have to remember. So generally hoisting is not performing other programming language like Python, C, C++, Java. Yeah, that is true, because hoisting is actually only available in the JavaScript itself. And hoisting is the JavaScript mechanism, yes, where variable functions declaration are moved to the top to their scope before the code execution. This is what the hoisting definition. If someone asks you what is hoisting, then you can simply say hoisting is JavaScript mechanism and it is available in only JavaScript where variable and function declaration are moved to the top. Only declaration, not their initialization value itself. And this is another key point, hoisting can cause the problem. Yes, it is most of the time if you work with the var keyword it is causing the problem. So it is best to declare the variable and function first before using to avoid. So if you declare the variable before, then it will not cause you problem. But for the function, if you use the function declaration, then you don't need to worry. But function expression you are using, then obviously you have to declare it before. So it will not cause any problem. Instead of var variable, it is better to use the let and const. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So ES5 has hoisting where var is belong. So ES6 does not have hoisting where let and constant belong. It has a block scope that we will see in the upcoming video. And this is the another same point, declare and initialize the JavaScript variable before use. You can mostly use the global variable, that will be the useful in the most of the scenarios. So I hope you understand this hoisting concept, which is the most commonly asked in the JavaScript interview. So this is it for this video. We will meet again with another JavaScript interview question. Till then, bye bye.